The mirror reflection part 10. The room pulsed with shadows as the cracks in the mirror spread like veins of lightning. She stumbled backward, clutching the door frame, but every corner of the room seemed to bend walls, warping as if the house itself were breathing. Her reflection did not move. It stood frozen, one hand pressed against the glass, lips curled in that wrong smile, then tap, tap, tap. Its other hand rapped against the inside of the mirror, sharp and deliberate. The sound echoed through the house impossibly loud. Stop, she whispered, you cannot be here. But the reflection titled its head, the cracks deepened, shots threatening to fall, and then it spoke not in a whisper, not in a voice around her, but through her own mouth. Lips moved without permission. I never left. She snapped a hand over her mouth, but the words kept spilling out her throat, burning as though something was inside her, forcing its way through her. Reflection laughed silently, its movement just a fraction off from her own. The lamp flickered violently, then exploded, plunging the room into darkness. Only the faint silver glow of the cracked mirror remained. She bolted for the door. It did not open. The wood warped in the grip, blending like rubber. The house was wrong behind her, glass splintered. She turned just in time to see the reflection push its fingers through the cracks. Long, pale hands with the too many joints, they stretched, twisted, clawing into her world. She screamed and grabbed a shard of the broken lamp, holding it like a weapon. Then smiles widened, break the mirror, her own voice hissed through her mouth, and you break the line. No more walls, no more separation. We will all be free. Her hand shook. If she destroyed the mirror, she might alter the boundary forever. But if she did not, her reflection would finish crawling through the glass. The glass groaned, glowing faintly as if the mirror itself were alive and waiting for her clothes. The mirror reflection part 11. Her chest her chest heaved as the mirror pulsed, alive, breathing with her terror. The cracks spread further, glowing like veins of fire. Each pulse shook the floor beneath her. The reflection, pale hand clawed outward, fingertips grazing the air of her bedroom. The rest of its body pressed against the glass, desperate everything to do it. Her stolen voice hissed through her throat, even as her own eyes filled with fears. Break the mirror and the separation. You want freedom. This is the only way. She raised the shard of glass in her trembling hand. Its jagged edge caught the faint glow, reflecting back her own wide, terrified eyes. For a moment, she saw herself in the sword, not her reflection, not the twisted thing in the mirror, but herself. And she realized it was not just about escaping, it was about deciding what she was willing to destroy. Her reflection sneered through the cracked glass. You are not real. I have always been the one in control. You are nothing but the shadow. Grip tightened. Then why are you afraid of me? The mirror trembled violently. The reflection's smile broke into a its voice echoing like dozens layered together. Because if you shelter me, you shelter yourself. The house groaned, the ceiling splitting, walls twisting as though the entire world was tied up to this decision. She notched the third high, every her voice screaming. One strike and the boundary would be gone. One hesitation and the reflection would pull her in forever. The reflection eyes locked with the hers both identical and utterly alien. It whispered one final word before logging. Reflection part 12. Her scream tore through the room as she swung the sword down with all her strength. The mirror exploded, sorts of glowing glass erupted outward, slicing the air, embedding into the walls and floor. A shock wave pulsed through the house, rattling every bone in her body. The reflection shrieked as its body fractured, with the mirror splitting into hundreds of jagged fragments. Each face showed its face, screaming silently as they fell into nothingness. Then silence. Her knees buckled and she collapsed to the floor. The air was still. The warped house returned to normal. The doors creaked slightly open. Free, at least she thought so. She staggered to her feet, wiping blood from her arms where glass had cut her. The mirror frame hung empty on the wall. Only Blackness inside, no reflection, no shadows. Relief flooded her chest until she caught sight of herself in a sort of broken glass lying at her feet, her face, but it was not moving with her. The reflection inside the sword smiled wide and trimp, triumphant. Her breath caught she touched her lips still frozen from every sword scattered around the floor. Her reflection face stared back, each one smiling, whispering faintly in unison. We we were free now. Her hand began to tremble uncontrollably because in the glass at her feet, her eyes were not hers anymore. They were the mirrors. Thanks.